Hey everybody, what's up? And for the past 4 years, I've been making YouTube videos for you guys in this Lego room, showing you all the Lego city that you see behind me. And I figured that one thing I have never done was I've never showed you all the rest of the room. I've only ever focused on the Lego city. So in this video, I wanted to take you all on a complete Lego room tour, showing you everything under the tables, behind the tables, and stuff that you never see in YouTube videos. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so where to begin? I'm gonna kind of just skip over the Lego City because, you know, you've all seen the Lego City before in videos. You know, the Lego City is pretty much just the same as it always is. It's still set up, this portion of it is still set up with the stuff from the big city walkthrough I recently did. And the Harry Potter stuff is all set up with the story of Harry Potter, which is actually a really cool display if you haven't seen it. So I'm not gonna go through and show all the details of this again. But I am going to go underneath the city and show you guys everything underneath the city here. So just to give you a bit of a start, I guess. But before I do that, I just want to give a big spin around of the room. So obviously we have the city and all of my parts bins, extra sets and stuff underneath it. Then we move around, just taking a look around the room here, just so you guys can see. I don't think I've ever shown the room in a full 360. This is where my studio is. And then this area right here, I'm actually not going to talk about because it really isn't necessarily mine. This is just where we keep food and stuff for the family around the house, and then we get back over here to the main Lego city. Now above the Lego city, you can see I have a whole bunch of Lego posters. There's a Ninjago rebooted poster, which I got from a Toys R Us a long time ago there. That's a rather new edition, but you can just see a lot of CMF sheets, you know, just random posters you get from Lego stores and things like that. All pretty cool stuff. It really just spices up the wall, you know, makes it interesting. And then as we move down here, let's start down here. So down here is actually where I do keep all of my spare Lego sets. So all my extra sets, mainly vehicles, are stored down here. And you can see they're just in rows, which makes them really nicely organized. So if I need something, I can just go back and, you know, pick it up or whatever. And it's actually really nice. It's really useful. And I only actually reorganized this stuff very recently. And I did a whole bunch of vlogs for it on my second channel. So be sure to check them out if you're interested in seeing more details on it. And they kind of just go all the way along to the back here behind this bin. You can see there's a few more down there. So a good amount of stuff. And yeah, this is really just where I keep this stuff. So they're all by the city. So obviously when I'm rearranging the city, I can grab, you know, say that police car and just bring it right on up. Now these bins right here are actually all of my Lego parts bins. So this is where I keep all my Lego parts. Now I do plan on doing a separate video showing how I organize Lego, but you can see there's just all kinds of bins with various types of different parts in there, you know, all kinds of things. We even have smaller bins with more like specific stuff. So like this bin is all Lego brackets. And yeah, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. We got slopes over here, you know, all kinds of cool pieces. And like I said, I can do a separate video at some point showing those. And just on top of the bins, nothing really too exciting. Just a few sets. I do have a bunch of the Ninjago gamer stuff out because I want to make a mock that's like an arcade at some point. So that's why those are up here. Up here's a whole bunch of just pick-a-brick cups. You know, this one has a whole bunch of Harry Potter stuff in it. This one has like some odds and ends. This one has a bunch of beach-related stuff because obviously when I come up here and I have minifigs who are underwater, I like to keep their legs together in these bins. That way I know where the stuff is. So moving along down here, this is a pretty cool pile. This is my collection of Lego books. You'll just see I have a whole bunch of Lego books on here, and actually on top of it is what's left of my Tensegrity mock. Yeah, that one really didn't last. That one really was not sturdy. I think like the day after I finished, you know, reviewing it, I hit the table, it broke, and it stayed broken ever since. But there are a bunch of cool books on here. I think my personal favorite in this set is Brickfilms, which is the one on top. But honestly, all these books are pretty cool. And then if we move right back here, we get to some more Lego books. And these are actually my more childish Lego books. So ones that are, you know, sticker books, you know, some cartoony books and stuff. And then this bag on top is actually pretty interesting. Well, some of you may find it interesting. I think it's interesting. Others might find it weird. But inside of this bag is just a whole bunch of Lego bags So this is where I'll keep like all my old poly bags and stuff. You know, I open the sets, and I don't like throwing out the packaging on Lego. I don't throw out any of my Lego boxes, and I don't throw out the bags either. So all the CMFs are in here. So there's like 20 bags of Harry Potter CMFs in here. Lots of stuff in here. Just a whole bunch of Lego bags, which is like, it's weird, but it's also kind of cool to have just in the collection. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, actually. Pretty cool stuff. Next up, back here, this is just some spare Pick-A-Brick cups. I really like Pick-A-Brick cups. They're great for storing stuff in Lego. And then, let's see, moving back here, this is actually the coolest collection I own, and I'll have to do a video on it at some point so you can see what this is. This is a whole pile of Lego Club magazines. I had so many of these when I was younger. I mean, so many. I'm just going to move some of the bins and stuff just to let you see. There are so many Lego Club magazines down here. I mean, this goes back. This one, I believe, is from 2013, and it goes all the way to when they stopped doing Lego Club. Man, I mean, that's such a cool collection. I will do a video on that at some point. Down here, this is a mock that I started at one point. It's like a machine shop, kind of like mechanic shop. So that's just a mock I've started and never really finished. It's still in progress. It'll be done at some point. Don't really know when, but it will be done. We're now very far under the tables now. But if we just take a look back here, this is the Christmas lights that I use around the city for, you know, making it holiday-ish. I just throw them in a bag and keep them back here. In the very back there, that is an OYO Toys baseball field that I got one time. I don't remember why I got it. I believe I got it as a gift, and it's just sitting back there. I do want to do a comparison on it at some point. Not sure when, though. And then here is the Lego 60th anniversary set. This is the one box that I actually have in this room. All my other boxes are just in my attic or garage or someplace. But this one I kept because it looks nice, and I have the whole set together. This is probably one of the few instances where a set is all together and with all of its parts in my Lego room. It's just such a nice set that I wanted to keep it together there. And speaking of sets, right here is actually a cool little collection I have of sets that are still not built. So these are just some Lego parts ones. This one's open, but it has all its pieces. The red one is still sealed. I got them a while ago. I just never touched them. So they're there. I've got an axle here from Nexo Knights. I have 2 of them. I got that one as a duplicate. I don't plan on opening that one until years from now. This is one that's going to remain unbuilt. Sorry, my mind just went into space there. That is the misprinted Lego Millennium Falcon. I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but you'll see the word Millennium is misspelt there, which is kind of cool. And then if we go here, this is my 1985 Lego set that I did a whole video on that I got, and obviously that one's staying sealed. So this back wall here, we're now kind of just behind Toys R Us in the city. This back wall here has all of my Ninjago spinners. I just like keeping them all together. I'm going to do a big comparison video on them at some point. I'm not sure when, probably not until I get the newest one, which is Jitsu Burst, which is similar to the Slam, but I am going to do a big comparison on all those, so stay tuned for that. Now here, this corner is not very much Lego, but it is quite cool, and this is just a collection of boxes of all my technology and all like my video equipment boxes. So you can see we have like the box that my camera came in, you know, Canon T6 box. There, we've got the MacBook Pro box, all kinds of boxes. I mean, just so many boxes. I honestly don't even know why I have all these boxes. Like, I don't have any use for them. Like, what am I going to do with the box for my mouse? But I have all my boxes, all my tech, and I just like having it, collecting it up. It's just kind of cool to me. In the back here, this is just a piece of white foam core, which I used to use in my old studio just as like a wall. Now I just use it as a bounce card if I need it. And then in here is actually some of the paper that I use for my main Lego studio. So that is right there. And we'll see the main studio in a moment. Coming down here, I'm probably going to blur it, but this is a clipboard where I write all of my video ideas and kind of just plan out my videos. Then on the ground here, I just have a notebook, which I use for writing notes for videos if I need, you know, notes or paper or anything, just in the back. Random pens and papers and stuff, you know, just, you know, things. Over here, we get to some cooler stuff. We've got right back here, this is just a bin with a whole bunch of stuff for stop motion. I don't make that much stop motion, but I have been getting back into it. I've been doing a few stop motions recently. You'll have to stay tuned for the most recent one. But I keep stop motion stuff in there, so like little lights and such, they're all in there. Down here, this is the magic Lego box. Some of you may have seen that. If you don't know, I'm a magician, and this is a Lego trick I do that's really, really cool. And then this is the official Lego minifig collection case. I personally hate this thing. It's just not good. So I took it down, and that's where it got. Now moving up here, this is a cool area. This is my technology, all my video equipment, and this is just where I keep all my stuff. Obviously, all of it's not here because I'm, filming a video right now with it. This is where I keep all my stuff. So I've got a couple Gorilla Pods right here. This is a super helpful piece of equipment. I don't use it as much as I used to, but it is very good. We've got scissors. That's not really for video. I've got all my lenses down here. So I've got the kit lens for right here. This is a 50mm f1.8 lens, one of the best lenses I own. And then here we've got the Z-shades, which are video recording sunglasses, which are cool. It's my camera bag where I keep my camera. And then up here, I just keep all my tripods. So I've got this tripod right here, which I really, really love. It's a really basic small tripod, but I used to use it a lot. Now it's kind of gotten old, but it's still going to be one of my favorites. There's a lot of connection to it. This is a tall, like, I guess almost monopod with a tripod base that I got one time as a gift from someone. And it's there, it works. I use it for lights with my videos. This main tripod is just holding lights, which is literally just lighting this video. That one's almost always in use. And then if we move down here, this is the main tripod I use, which is the MF Photo one. This is the nicest tripod. If I ever do tech reviews on my other channel, I will probably review this because this is a really, really nice tripod. Definitely a great one. In the back here's a radio. And I just listen to music all the time when I'm down here. I don't usually listen to the radio though. I'll usually just have Spotify playing on my iPad or something. But I do listen to a lot of music whenever I'm not recording a video. So down here, along this wall, is just some odds and ends stuff. It's kind of basic because, usually I'll have the door open, but I had it closed for the video. But I just keep some cool Lego stuff that I just really like down here. Stuff that's a little more special to me. So I've got the Newt's Magical Case Set, Clayface and the Pig. We've got the picture frame. This is my Goldmine interior for the pop-up book. Moving on, there's just, a couple other cool odds and ends things. The tree from the Scooby-Doo set, a couple mosaics. The Superman one's actually from Toys R Us, which is cool. Then we've got my two Diagon Alley little sets. One of them I built without instructions. Sydney Opera House. And then back here is some cool stuff for video equipment that I don't use as much. So we've got the green screen right here. This is just a green screen. It's paper. It's what I use for right up there for this green screen. And this green screen honestly is just up to cover the space. I'll use it when I make thumbnails if I'm going to be in a video, but it's not used too often, but it is a green screen obviously. I didn't really mention that. Then in the back here, just a small extra tripod. I never use this thing. It's really not that good. Then in the back, there's a small broken Gorilla Pod actually. I just broke one of the legs off completely there. So that's that, I guess. But yeah, that's really all that stuff. And then on the wall there, that's the battery charger, obviously. And then if we move over here, this is my Lego studio space, which is obviously new as of recently, but it's a very, very cool studio setup. I'm not going to show you all the details. This honestly isn't even all the setup is, because it's all very, very different when I'm filming an actual video down here. Because obviously I would have the cameras on tripod, the table gets moved out, and I actually have these markings on the ground which show where the lights and the tripods go. So pretty cool stuff there. And then that honestly completes our tour. I mean, there's just one other parts bin, and I just use this to hold up a light here. It's got minifig parts and such. It's cool. But yeah, that's honestly. And there you have it. You've just seen a complete tour of my Lego room. Now, like I said, I've been recording in this room for like 4 years, and those of you who have been following for those whole 4 years will have seen how much this room's evolved. I mean, when I first did my very first city video, the city had 3 tables. There were like no posters. There was like shelves in some places. It just looked terrible. And I've really been using the time I've had, the extra time I've had with the whole quarantine and everything, to really clean this place up and make this place as livable and as fun and lively as possible. So I really hope you all like that. And I mean, to me, making this video was nothing. This is just my room. This is what it looks like. But I think to you guys, it might be a lot more seeing a little bit more. So if it was, I definitely want to hear about it. But that's really going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch it. I really do appreciate it, and I'll talk to you all again in my next video.